Hello everyone. How is it going out there on the YouTube world? I hope you guys are doing fine. I am starting an AI blog. So, why? Why am I starting an AI blog? Well, I graduate in May and I am going to be required to complete a capstone project, and I thought, what better project to do than an AI project, given that the current state of the world is, well, we're seeing the emergence of artificial intelligence, and the skills are in demand. So I think it's certainly a worthwhile thing to pursue. So, how am I going to pursue it? How am I going to approach my learning journey? So, for structure, I'm going to be following AI for Everyone by Paul McWhorter. I've taken his class on Arduino before and enjoyed it. It was a good experience. I learned a lot about sensors and collecting data from the real world and um, acting on that data. And so, with artificial intelligence, it's an extension of that, but it's going to be a little bit more crazy, I think. So, I definitely recommend, if you end up enjoying my blog, I hope you view this as sort of this is basically my notes. So I just want to say that this blog is me on my journey towards my capstone project, which will be due in May. So I have 5 months to go from no background in AI to having a project worthy of being called my capstone project for my master's degree in computer science. So, yeah, it's exciting. And so I'm going to be making a blog. In this blog, I am following along with this course, and I will be not only going over what it is that Mr. McWhorter taught in his videos, but I will also be documenting my my efforts to go off the beaten path. And so Mr. Paul's videos are sort of like a guardrail, and I will do my best not to go over the edge of the cliff and follow along the guardrail. But at some point, I am going to start diverging and developing my own project. So please show some love to Mr. Paul. So in this first video, Paul asked the question, what is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is basically when a computer starts doing things you would normally associate with a person doing. So a child might be asked to draw a circle around all the dogs and cats in a picture, but this would be difficult for a computer. So once we can get a computer to identify and draw circles around cats and dogs, we begin to approach what we can call artificial intelligence. So in this course, so I want to go ahead and say that this course is from 3 years ago. So there are a couple of differences, like Paul is going to be using Windows 10, but we will be using the same version of Python that he uses. we will be using the same webcam, though I will try to make this work with my laptop's webcam, but if it proves to be problematic, I will go ahead and buy the webcam that he uses. He recommends we use the same webcam because of software differences. Configuring it can be problematic potentially, and as well, he uses a 1080p webcam, and whatever webcam I have in my laptop is certainly not 1080p. We're going to be using OpenCV. So why OpenCV? OpenCV is open source, and it's free, it's mainstream, it's non-proprietary, it's based on Python, and it's based on Windows. So Windows is very popular, widely used. We're not getting locked into some proprietary technology. We're doing the most general and widely applicable technology. We're going to be using pre-trained models, so we're not starting completely from scratch. If we started completely from scratch, we would spend the next 5 months on abstract learning before doing anything really cool. And I don't have a year to learn this. I have about 5 months to produce a artificial intelligence project. So we're going to be using pre-trained models because why reinvent the wheel? We want to hit the ground running. So where do we begin? So in the next blog, we will be installing libraries, installing packages, installing Python. Maybe not all at once, but that's where we're going next. And the big picture is we're going to be loading pre-trained models in OpenCV, and we will repurpose them for our individual needs. And so the big picture is we will load pre-trained models in OpenCV and retrain them for our own purposes. So instead of trying to train a new model from scratch, we will retrain an existing model. So we can take a pre-trained model that can tell the difference between cats and dogs, and then retrain it to say, tell us the difference between cars and trucks. So here's a couple examples of what we're going to get into. So we have face detection, gesture detection, more complex face detection, full body detection, object detection. So this object is a pre-trained model. So the OpenCV library we'll use has a pre-trained model we can load. We will load a pre-trained model in OpenCV that identifies cups, and we could possibly extend this functionality to identify other things. And so Paul is not just talking to us, but he is also going to give us homework. And so for this first video, the homework is to identify 3 positives about AI and 3 negatives about AI. So 3 big benefits. For me, I think they are improving patient outcomes. So in medicine, we can discover new drugs or possibly detect cancer, things like that, where a human might not spot something significant, but a computer might detect something wrong. So that would be very good. There are cybersecurity issues that could be resolved with human intervention. So having the AI detect anomalies and respond to them before or while we're sleeping and stuff, so we don't have to work so hard. It can revolutionize how we analyze and extract insights from data. So this could be very big for um, companies in general, so marketing and stuff. Risks. So the three big risks, I think, are certainly war. So AI has already been used in the battlefield to identify targets and launch attacks. And there's some ethical concerns about deciding what's a target and what is off limits. So leaving it up to the artificial intelligence to decide could be potentially problematic. Another thing is AI systems may collect sensitive data without consent. And lastly, job loss. AI could potentially exacerbate socioeconomic inequalities. So, artificial intelligence. This is the beginning of my journey from zero to hero. I hope you tag along. Um, Thank you for listening so far, if you have. All right, everyone, please have a nice day.